Hello, it's turn 40, and I think I've missed out a turn or two of recordings because I was just repeating myself and nothing was really happening. Um, so let's. I discovered a couple of extra water income sites. Still almost no air income. Let's just describe this. So, province is stagnant, fort's stagnant for a bit, income stagnant, although recovering now because it's summer and I've got cold scales. Gem income slightly increased, blood income spiky but increasing, research slightly accelerating, Dominion increasing, army size recovered to the highest level yet, and everyone has at most one throne. Internally, the most interesting thing is where the hell even is it? Where are the? Here they are. So, lightless lanterns. We're making a bunch of lightless lanterns and a water bracelet because I'm planning on summoning a bunch of sea trolls with a sea troll king. I guess I should do that over here, but I actually don't. I was going to say I don't have a water 2 mage, but I do have this guy, so I'll be able to do some. I think I'm sending this guy back home because he's water 2, so he can forge the robe, and then this guy, when he gets back here, he can summon the sea troll king, and they can finally expand into this little lake of mine, which doesn't really matter. So that probably does it for internal developments. Oh yes, and I've got a one of these daggers, but I got another Blood 3 mage anyway, so I'm making 2 soul contracts. I have 4 soul contracts active, not counting the one on the mercenary, and I'm just going to keep making them. I'm going to get Alt 5 and Enchantment 5, really not for any particular reason, so actually I'm not sure if I should get this. So what does it even do? Am I actually planning on casting any of these spells? I mean, this is not bad, but you don't really have many Earth 2s on this nation, so not really going to... Shatter could be good against the Oracle, actually, but it's really hard to script that and make it happen. I think I will actually get Alteration 5 just for Shatter and have 1 Earth 2 mage in the army. I think that would be quite useful, and I can give him morale items so he doesn't run away, and that could be quite interesting. I think I'll actually do that and put him on an advancing cast and hope he kills the Oracle. Although maybe I probably don't need to do that to kill the Oracle, but anyway, and I'm kind of risking his life anyway. But let's not think about that. So in fact, let's think about it a little bit. Let's do this so he doesn't die to crossbows or whatever. So I'm going to attack Tekregus and Raspberry Woods with sort of 146 troops here. 199 troops here, so this province will have Halcast in it. In fact, both of them will have Halcast in it, and this one is also going to get some a couple of soul contracts. In fact, all 3 of my soul contracts are going into this province, so we should win both of these fights. And that does mean that I might not feel able to invade this this province because I'm not sure about the Fountain of Blood. Like, it might just be able to instantly kill my Pretender God with, like, Mind Duel or all sorts of other stuff. I guess it can't use Mind Duel if I just have a bunch of Lizard Shamans. So I guess I can just bring a whole bunch of Lizard Shamans into the combat and then we're okay. I didn't think about that, actually. So, as long I guess the thing is that it can cast Hand of Death and it can cast Leeching Touch, and it's got 20 Fear, so it might actually do pretty well if we get a little bit unlucky with what damage we're dealing to it, because it has 22 protection. So anyway, I'm going to... and as you can see, we finally got our candles into Haloma. So that's an unprecedented win there, but Peren has actually gone back to 2 enemy candles, probably because the Fountain of Blood just spawned in. And we also need to be a little bit careful because Jobon is kind of waiting in the wings. I mean, we've had very good relations, but he literally has no choice but other than to attack me sooner or later. So, trying to think of what else to discuss internally. I mean, I've got Bloodhunters running around. I don't really have any patrollers yet, but why do I have this Glamour Mage standing out in the middle of nowhere? Like, why? I guess she's coming over here to do... I shouldn't call them she just because they're wearing dresses. Especially since, he's going to be doing some sight searching. I'm terribly sorry, sir, for calling you a she. I'm glad I did that because I actually forgot I'd done it and I kind of needed to. What else is happening? Yeah, Pan and Femini are still going at it, and I think Pan is winning in terms of map position, because look at this, this is pretty far advanced. But we do have this going on this turn, which is a pretty clear win for Femini. They lose a couple of nice mages, but the enemy loses 100 Grove God. Oh, well, does this really matter? Losing 200 Harpies? Maybe I'm wrong, and this is actually a loss for Femini. I don't know. I mean, they did fail to take Femini's province, I guess. Oh, boy. What a weird fight. So he casts Twilight. Well, that was pretty brutal. Yeah, no one's really winning this war, that's for sure. Because it's going to take forever for Pan to conquer Femini. It's going to take a very long time. So I'm not really under any threat this game at all. And with that, I should probably stop talking. The only threat I'm under is completely clowning myself to Piran somehow. But that shouldn't really be possible. Oh, yes, and since I cast Astral Window, with 5 months left, thank God, Ogres, Cambion Knights, Serpent Fiends, and Perennial Crossbows. I guess the Ogres and Serpent Fiends are kind of a sign of desperation. I'm glad he never had time to make a single succubus this game. And I really need to do more site searching with air. I never site searched this province with air. Not that it's terribly important to site search caves for air. Yes, we should get... Actually, what's the income here? It's fire and earth, blood slaves and glamour. Well, I can use all of that. Yeah, that's turn 40. Hello, chaps. It's turn 41, and I'm being a pussy because this fort is breached, but I'm not going to storm it. I'm going to storm it with this guy and have him cast Summon Lamashtas, just to see what he has inside. I mean, I see this much from Astral Window, but yeah, I just don't need to rush things. I could probably kill it, but I'm kind of curious to see if I can get my Dominion back in this province, because didn't I get it to neutral Dominion? So I'm moving I was going to say I'm moving my my prophet here, but I'm actually not right now, so I better fix that. Sagud Zungdir is now he's now in charge of that. And I better copy over this script. And I guess Simios will still be a Communion Master just to cast holy spells. But anyway, so I'm going to take Raspberry Woods this turn with 229 troops and a Howlcast and how many lifelongs? 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time I attacked it with 3 lifelongs, and I actually lost the battle. And 3 lifelongs didn't outweigh his casting of like 25 blood slaves. So maybe 4 lifelongs will. Also, my Howlcaster got sniped by imps right at the start of the battle before he even cast it. So I lost 120 troops, I killed 60, and he also expended about 25 blood slaves, which is not even that bad of a trade considering I have more resources than him. Although, it does mean my forces in Peren are actually getting thinned out. Once all these skeletons die, I will only have like 250 troops left, and most of them are just crossbows. So, like, this is my front line, is 60 troops. So, I definitely need to keep the Pretender God here. That's for sure. What else is there to say? So I want to get a really close look at what he has in Peren, and I also want to see if I can preach down his Dominion. I actually failed last turn. It came back, his Dominion came back, and I think that's because you can't preach when you're besieged, but you can blood sacrifice. So he must be blood sacrificing a bit. It's kind of nice how he's never been able to find time to make succubi this game. So I think that describes the situation over here. Oh yes, and I'm teleporting in I'm cloud trapezing 3 of these guys, and I even had to do 2 gems of alchemization to do that. I'm cloud trapezing them into Waywards, and next turn I'm going to have 3 of these boots, and I already have 3 lifelong protections that I forged last turn. And basically I made some lifelong protections. I looked at these commanders and I thought, nah, that's too lame, let's put them on the Air 2s so that they can cloud trapeze in with lifelong protections in future. And I think that's my goal from now on, is that every single time I make a lifelong protection, I think it's going to be on a commander that is capable of ritual phase attacks. I think that is a good idea, and I think that's a good idea. So what else is going on? Well, I don't have much in the way of blood hunting. I'm doing blood patrolling on my forts, but elsewhere outside of the forts I don't have any patrols set up yet, so my unrest is just going up, and like, these guys are going to have to quit this province because it's at 92 unrest, so they're moving into Valrest now. In future it would be nice to make Draconians, but I just don't have the air gems for that, so I'm not really sure what my patrol options are. I mean, isn't there like I could swear there used to be this summon where it was like a Displacer Beast. Was that only added in a mod? I thought Displacer Beasts existed, but apparently they don't, so I don't know, there's always good options for patrolling. I guess Horde from Hell, actually. I'll use Horde from Hell as my blood patrol summon. Maybe with a few wolves on this lizard province. So that's the internal discussion. Oh yeah, and you'll probably want to see that I have 1,171 research, so still not amazing, because I've been doing so much site searching and now I'm doing some combats this game. But I don't know, it actually feels like my research is quite bad, even though I have Magic 3 and lots of territory and lots of mages. I don't know why my research feels so mediocre. Maybe it isn't, I don't really know. But I feel like I'm bragging about it when it's not even that good. Anyway, I think I got another Astral Random. Yeah, I got another Astral Random Goetic Master. So we are going to be able to summon a couple of Fallen Angels per turn, which is nice. And what else is there to say? Yeah, it's only like 3 turns away that I'll be able to start getting Fallen Angels out, and I'm not actually making another. I think I'm going to not make any more Dwarven Hammers, because I already have 11 that is, which means 33 gems per turn being cycled into forging if I use them fully, which is actually more than half of my gem income, and I just don't really like that. I don't know, should I be... It feels like if I make all these Dwarven Hammers, then I'm forcing myself to constantly spend gems on forging, and I just don't really need that many, especially once I use up all this and make myself my nice big batch of Lightless Lanterns. I think 11 items per turn being forged is actually already enough, and I kind of want to save up on the Earth Gems and put this Bloodstone that I'm forging together with a... that reminds me, actually, this guy needs to stop fighting in battles because he's a bit too important for that. I think he is, anyway, I'm not sure. Should I make him fight in the battles, or... Where's my other... what I want to do is I want to give him 2 Earth Boosters and then summon... Okay, we've got an Earth 2 here, so this guy can continue fighting with his very important Earth Elemental summon. Maybe it should be something else, like Gifts from Heaven. That would be cool. Let's do Gifts from Heaven. Not because it's the right choice, but just because it's cool. And I guess I'll give him an Earth skin. Oh, he's got Iron Skin here. So... This guy's going to get 2 Earth Boosters, and then he's going to summon Trolls in Waywards in a couple of turns, and that will be cool. The other domestic development is I'm making a temple here and a temple here, just to see if I can push the Dominion up in Pyrene, or Pyrene, however you call it, because I'm kind of disappointed that it hasn't flipped with all of these. How many do I have? I have 5 priests going at it, 6 actually, plus my Pretender God. The Prophet actually moved away, so I guess that's a mistake. And the Dominion spread mechanics are pretty complicated. I don't really understand them fully, but so he's getting a 100% success rate, and he's getting 1 from the temple. So he's getting like 7 checks, he's getting 7 Dominion spread chances per month with an 80% success rate. But I should be getting about the same number, because I've got my God and I've got these priests and their Inquisitors, and this is a Prophet. So it should be about equal, and his Dominion strength is only 8 or so. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Maybe I just got unlucky. But I think my chances to succeed are like 80%. Because, like this, okay, these guys are holy too. They're doubled by the Inquisitor, so then it's 120%? Yeah, it should be 120% minus 10%. So they should always implement a candle. Except that it's opposed by the enemy dominion. Maybe that's why. Maybe the enemy dominion strength of 8 reduces it by like 40% to like 70%, or maybe several of them failed it. I really don't understand how exactly it works. What else is going on domestically? Well, we found one site. We're finding about one site per turn. Mist swamps, which is quite nice actually. And oh yes, I'm making a. It's not just an Earth King, an Earth Troll King that I'm summoning here. I'm also forging a Robe of the Sea. So next turn I'll be able to put the Robe of the Sea and the Water Bracelet on a Water 2 mage that I have over here. With a slight caveat that I don't have any Water mages over here that are Water 2, except for this guy. Except for... Where's he gone? Where did I send him? Okay, so he was going to site search here. I'm actually going to send him into Glanis because that's more important. That's mildly annoying. I'm wasting his time a little bit. I'm failing. I'll never know if Glanis... Maybe I should just delay... You know, I'm going to site search. I'm going to delay my expansion into Velvet Ocean by a turn. Except that then I'm delaying the site searching, and I can site search more if I have a Sea Troll King. So yeah, I'm going to send him into Glanis, and next turn he'll summon some Sea Troll Kings, assuming they're not Conjuration 7. No, they're Conjuration 6, okay. Sea King's Court, it's called. And this one is a Troll King's Court. And oh, I didn't realise it was so expensive. It got more expensive in this game. 65 Earth Gems. I guess I'm not doing that anytime soon. I think that covers the entire situation. Toodles, that was turn 40, or was it? No, that was turn 41. Hello chaps, it's turn 42, and unexpectedly, just as I was about to explore the Perennian Fortress with a storming command on these mercenaries, Peren actually has sallied forth, and I didn't expect him to do this, so I haven't watched this in full yet. He's got a Sabbath Slave, a Bloodlust Caster, another Sabbath Slave, and 2 Masters. And it doesn't look like they're doing anything too special, although this could be interesting, all these Earth Gems. And he's got some Air Gems on the Sabbath Master there. Probably got Reinvigoration scripted as well. This guy is not thugged. This guy is not thugged. And this guy is not thugged. And this guy isn't thugged, so I don't think he has any thugs. He does have 2 Storm Demons, which is quite good. He's got 2 Bloodlust Casters, which is a bit inefficient. And as you can see, he doesn't have really very much in the way of troops. He's got, what, 6? About 22... Good lord, that is really ear rape. And it's actually... I'm actually going to rewind that. Because I want to have team-coloured squares because we're both summoning so many imps. And I think... Actually, I think I didn't have any... Okay, so I did have some lifelong protections here. I thought I didn't. So I'm casting Nest of Salamanders. He's getting fairly good Mistform coverage, actually because of my lifelong protection imps. She's already running away, despite being one of the masters with a few gems equipped. This guy's dying from the spell casting. And I think my lifelong imps may have caused this to be so clumped up here, which actually isn't very useful because I'm just using crossbows. I don't have any evocations really. And I don't even have Hal because I wasn't expecting him to sally out, so I got a bit complacent. I'm almost surprised if we win this battle, I'm surprised. Because my Pretender could get HP routed. Okay, these guys are doing some nice little evocations there. Apparently I've got a death mage. Oh yes, it's called Nagash. And I had him scripted to cast Lamashtas, but it seems like he didn't. I never saw any Lamashtas. And the amount of skeletons suggests he's using the death gems on Horde of Skeletons. So I don't know what happened there. Looks like most of his troops are being routed. In fact, he's actually the one who's getting HP routed again. Oh wow, that was nice. So his Cambion Knights are doing just fine, I think. I could check at this point if any Cambion... Let's see how the Cambion Knights are doing. So if we go in by... So firstly, we can see that at least 6 of the Cambion Knights are dead. Oh no. Apparently not. I don't know where all these black goats are coming from then. So this is about like... It's got to be about 20, right? That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. It's about 25. And only 3 of them are dead. Goodness, this guy got wiped out. 3 of them are dead. And 2 of that is from gift from heaven. From my pretender god. What's the so this battle was fought under 2 of my Dominion candles. So I did have the morale bonus from that, which made sure almost all my troops died before running away. But it's quite nice, you know. Ooh, that was good, I think. No, or was it bad? What's all this poison coming from? Oh, that's from his own sulfur haze cast. I can't cast that. She's now at 32 protection. And I think the Cambion Knights are just going to HP route at this point. I don't think my crossbows are going to HP route. I've just got, like, melee troops HP routing. These guys aren't HP routing. And the Cambion Knights are being held up by a couple of lifelong protections. And a, yeah, and there they go. Now they're routing. So, probably most of them actually survived yet again. These guys are probably routed about 3 times, and they're not even low morale. I guess some of these guys that are dismounted might die, which is nice for me. Well, that was a nice Fists of Iron hit. Let's see. Oh no, please don't kill yourself with gifts from heaven. Please don't kill yourself with gifts from heaven. Please don't do it. Ah! Fuck, man. She just hit herself with that. I'm sure she just hit herself with that for 25 damage. Fucking hell, man. Why do you have to do that to me? I guess she has all resistances, so I think this halves... the damage, so... Oh, man. I'm surprised it only did 25 damage. I'm not really sure what's going on there. In fact, I'm gonna... Did she just hit herself with gifts from heaven? Did she just do it? I gotta look. Where is she? You know, the Paren player is so unlucky that the guy who goes after him has a Titan with Astral when he's a nation that has no Astral mages. That is just extreme bad luck, to be honest. Oh, it's the Titan of War and Wisdom, okay. So, if we scroll down here... Shocking Grasp, Soul Slay, pretty good stuff. We killed an imp with Gifts of Heaven. Okay, here it is, 25 points of damage. So Protective Force reduced it, and I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's normally 150. So now it's 130 when this gets reduced. Then we have about 50 protection, and that gets reduced to 100. Mistform negated 49 points of damage. That's quite surprising. That's really interesting. And then we've got the fire damage. Yeah, let's actually... I'm actually going to screenshot that, because I find that very surprising, that Mistform is just that amazing. Okay. Well, that's the end of that battle, I think. Let's... some of his troops, I think, may have died on the retreat, but I think that's pretty rare when you're fighting on top of your own fort. And... looks like he is losing several of the Cambion Knights. You can see, though, how Smite Demon does nothing to them, because they've got 13 magic resistance. Is he even going to die here? Okay, he got surrounded and stabbed to death by a crossbowman on turn 47. So, all told... Oh, he did actually lose most of the Cambion Knights on the field, which is pretty convenient for me. Because I was worried that I would struggle to get inside this fortress. I'm so smug. Meanwhile, I lose twice as much as him as usual. That's quite funny. I guess these guys were mercenaries, and they were at the end of their contract actually. So I really only lost 100 troops to his 93. I did lose 2 mages though. How much did he lose? He lost He lost some bloodlust. I guess he can probably still kill my Pretender God with Bloodburst. And I'm a bit surprised that he sallied forth. I think maybe he got impatient with the game and is kind of fed up of sitting in his fort. What the hell? Didn't I quadrupeded in a whole bunch of mages, and it seems like it didn't take my commands. What the hell is going on here? Okay, so I even did this on video, I think. I think somehow these items never got... What the hell is this, man? That's really weird. I mean, it does mean that at least I saved this. It was kind of a waste of money, actually. So I'm glad that my commands from last turn didn't get implemented, because it was a waste of money. Oh, and then, but a waste of gems. But still, that's a bit concerning. I actually have a friend who's looking at my turns, so I wonder if he accidentally overwrote some of my commands, or if we were logged in at the same time. So he's not playing my turns. We're just looking at each other's turns out of curiosity, especially since we're both playing late age Marignon in the tournament. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I guess now he's got 52 units in Pirenne, and I've got one candle. So it seems like preaching takes effect before the actual combat, and maybe this time we'll have a better job of getting more candles out here, because I've got a temple here. I guess that's not necessarily irrelevant, and I've got a temple here. Jomon is being a bit sussy with all these troops on the border, but it's not like he can put them anywhere else, really, is it? So I'm not really sure what to do here. I guess I'm not really sure if I should actually... the thing is, I'm not sure about how to kill a Fountain of Blood. Let me actually check the protection score on a Fountain of Blood. Because the thing about the Fountain of Blood is, against weak troops, it has... Fountain of Blood, it has... oh, I guess it doesn't have Body Ethereal, actually. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it had Body Ethereal. I thought it had Astral, but of course, why would it? He could have taken Astral for some Blessed points. Let me just remind myself of what I think his Tendi design is. I think his Tendi design is... what the hell is this, man? I fucking hate Ilwinter shit. Let me fucking... It doesn't let you click cancel on some of these screens. It's so bad, actually. It's such a fucking bad design. So this is Marignon rather than... But... Okay, so here's what I think his Pretender God is. Maybe he didn't actually do the Astral. Maybe he did some other path, like... Astral, though, is probably the best path to go for. Maybe Earth would be good to have full Earth access. Maybe Water would be good for like an elemental staff. Maybe Nature for thugging, like Rings of Regen. Not Glamour. Well, maybe Glamour to summon Succubi, but I think you can do that with the National Mages. So he probably has Astral. Yeah, he probably does have Astral. There's like a 50% chance or better that he has Astral on his Pretender God. So first off, I can't go in alone with just the Pretender God. And it's very unfortunate that Nurgash's storming got interrupted by his sally forth, because I just don't need to... I mean, okay, so I'm not going to storm this turn, because I have all these troops in neighbouring provinces. And so I'm just going to storm next turn. And in the meantime, I can actually scout the bloody place with a triple... Let's do a triple Fort Storm command. Unfortunately, that thing doesn't make you berserk. Just to make sure that the guy doesn't rout instead of in a sally forth. But okay, we're just going to leave these guys sieging, and these guys are going to move on. They're collecting some newly trained crossbowmen. I don't know why this guy is scripted to retreat. That's kind of pointless. These chaps, should they actually defend instead of... Like, should they go back onto Pirenne, or should they defend this location? Maybe I should go into Morayas, because it's just a kind of nice little province. Goodness, it looks like Femini is crushing this war. I actually offered Femini. I offered to equip Femini's Pretender God with a whole bunch of thug items, and I actually regret doing that because it looks like Pangaea is actually winning hard. Is actually losing. So I wanted to support the weaker party, and I kind of assumed that the guy with the dormant Great Sitter, Twist Fate, Swiftness Bless would be the one losing, but it seems like that's not the case. Okay, so that situation up here is pretty nice. Oh yeah, I never showed you the Raspberry Woods battle. In fact, I didn't look at it myself. So after last turn's battle, it looks like he... Oh, it looks like he attacked into Pirenne with his troops. Yeah, here's the swordsmen that were fought in Raspberry Woods last turn. So they had a bit of a hard time. And blood hunting is... Let's have a look. Forts stagnant, income stagnant, gem income +1 gem income per turn from 10 site searches. We usually find one guy. Blood income stagnant for several turns now. Research still accelerating nicely. Dominion up. Army size. And yeah, so that is turn 42. And I got very, very unlucky. One of these guys actually died to a horror attack. So I'm almost tempted, and he must have only got 5 devils out of it. So I'm almost tempted to how much are 5 devils even worth? So if you summon devils here, they're worth about 25. So I lost blood slaves on that one. I mean, usually they last for like 20 turns or more, so it's not really that bad. But what an unlucky moment for me and for him. I'm almost tempted to give them like Rings of Returning. I wonder if this guy would have survived if he'd had a Ring of Returning and an HP item. Did he die in one hit? He did not die in one hit. So I could have Ring of Returning to this guy, and that would have been quite interesting. But of course, that would be sort of doubling the cost. And pearls are very valuable on Marignon, so I won't do that. It's just an idea. Because imagine if you gave your, I mean, it would be something that you would do in a very, very, very long drawn out game. Then I think it would be worth it. You give them like HP items and Rings of Returning. Okay, I just played the turn and... or did I? Okay, yeah, I did. And all of the Dwarven Hammers are being used. And I'm pretty sure quite a few of my commands last turn didn't go through somehow, due to the like end turn mark unfinished bug, whatever that is. I did find that I actually have a Ring of Warning. I have no memory of making that. And I'm making a Hell Sword, an Armour of Meteoric Iron, a Demon Whip, a Scutato Volturnus in another province, and an Iron Face. And I've got also these 2 items ready to go. And that's for Femini's Great Sitter Thug Pretender God. So he's going to pay me about, hopefully, 55 gems and 13 blood slaves for that. That should be pretty worthwhile. Didn't really do anything too special this turn. Oh yeah, there's one last thing, which is that I've neglected to... This guy doesn't have a line formation, so I think I might make him one of the... I neglected to put... one of the commands that got cancelled last turn is that some of these Air 2 mages over here were supposed to Cloud Trapeze in. Yeah, these guys. These guys were supposed to... Were they? Look, I'm just confused. Yeah, these guys were supposed to Cloud Trapeze into Waywards using some air gems that I'd alchemized. So I guess that was a waste of time. And then I would have walked them onto Pirenne this turn, ready for the big battle, but they're not... Oh shit, now I've put this guy... I've given this guy a lifelong protection, but he can't show up to the battle this turn because he's too slow with those troops in tow. So I'm going to have to put the... Okay, well that's embarrassing. And Thierry is also too slow for the battle now, but that's just life. Shai Kal, we don't need this, so he's the other lifelong protection carrier now. Except that that's actually fucking terrible, and both of these items are cursed, so I wanted the lifelong protection guys, they actually need to run away if the battle is going badly. I'm so tempted to redo the entire turn, but actually I'm not tempted in the slightest. I'm just going to roll with it. A waste of 2 lifelong protections. Oh, man. At least they can use messenger boots to be faster in future. So yeah, Jomon is still chilling. Femini is beating Pan, so Pan is looking pretty cucked right now. And Piren is looking pretty cucked, just as a reminder. Yeah, and I lost this guy, which is just totally unlucky. And this is the battle again. Half of it, more than half of his Cambion Knights are dead. About a third of his mages died. And whatever the hell else he had died too. And we once again lost our entire front line of troops, but it's okay because we have another 50 frontline melee troops and another 100 frontline melee troops, costing a couple of $1,000 to train, but that's kind of what you get from these provinces anyway. This nice one, Haloma, can pay for 28 per turn by itself, so there you go. How many temples do I have now? 19. I should really make a new temple, but I've already cancelled troop production in my capital. I don't really want to cancel these troops because they'll be quite useful against Jomon. Don't want to cancel anything here or here or here. Maybe I could cancel these, but then it's not enough to fund a temple, and these are getting close to Piren. So, yeah, I'm storming Piren with 3 Indie commanders, and they will tell me what the fountain is up to, because the fountain is a bit spooky. I feel like melee troops going up against the fountain will run away before they do any real damage. The fountain can probably kill my Pretender God with, like, Hand of Death and Leeching Touch, and I guess I might end up killing it with crossbows or something. So that's turn 42. Toodles. Hello, chaps. It's turn 43, and I peeked inside Piren, and he doesn't really have much going. The Bane isn't thugged. There's no items equipped on these commanders, I think. And the Fountain of Blood is an air. It's fire, air, death, blood. So it can't cast Mind Duel. So I'm just going to Storm Castle, and with all of these, and my Pretender, Lifelong Protection, Howl, Gifts from Heaven, Pretender God, 200 crossbowmen or something. Or is it actually 300? And 50 melee troops, so we should be fine. And we've got 3 candles, so this is a very tanky Pretender God. And I'm casting Body Ethereal on her as well, with a little mage next to her, because so she doesn't have to cast it herself, and then she can walk through the wall. And it should all be very easy. I've also got, like, these mages casting lightning bolts, but I feel like I should make all these turns quicker, because I feel like the game is over. Like, none of these players, Piren is dead. I'm going to take his cap, and then I'm going to take the rest of him with the same force here that's here. Don't even need to reinforce it. Pan has just had his ship pushed in by Femini. Jomon is currently sitting on his hands doing nothing, and most of his income must be spent on troop upkeep, and the troops in question are quite mediocre, and I'm sure his research is just very, very basic, so I'm eventually going to kill him by just wading through hordes of local medium quality troops, and I'm still planning on doing that with Fallen Angels, so I will soon have, this is about 150 blood slaves per turn that you're looking at. I can easily crank that up into 180 pretty soon, even though I still don't have blood patrols yet in most places, but 180 per turn. I'm impairing this guy in blood to make Armour of Souls, and then this guy can hold a Bloodthorn and an Armour of Souls, and he'll be Blood 4, and that Blood 4 Astral 1, and this guy is also an Astral 1 mage, so they can both summon a Fallen Angel per turn, and I'll have about 18 Dwarven Hammers, so I can fully equip 2 Fallen Angels per turn, and then they can cast Soul Vortex and Phoenix Pyre, and their kit will include some magic resistance items to protect them against the Jomon National Charm spell and the Jomon Anti-Undead spell, Anti-Demon spell that is, so they should be pretty safe to just kill Jomon. They won't have much siege strength, but I guess that's why I have some soul contracts. Like, how much siege strength is it per devil? It's 4, and I've got 26 with another 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? I've got 6 devils per turn, and I think I'm making a soul contract. No, I'm actually not. I'm actually not spending the blood slaves because yeah, I just want to make sure that I have enough blood slaves for the Armour of Souls and the Reascendants, because I'm not, yeah, I don't have 180 Bloodslave income yet, so I might make a soul contract later. So basically, in my mind, Pirenne and Jomon are dead. Pangea's totally screwed, and that leaves Femini. Now I am actually fully gearing Femini's Pretender God, purely because it was so painful to see a Great Sitter teleporting around in a Chthironic Lion Pelt with a great sort of sharpness. This is more like it. This is more like, you know, I'm his fashion advisor, and in exchange I receive these gems, which are actually pretty useful. I also summoned Seeking's Court, so plenty of internal developments. I'm not really going to summon a Troll King though, because like an Earth one, because I just need the Dwarven Hammers, to be honest. And this bank of pearls is quite nice. I'll probably summon Harbingers because they're Air 3. I think they're Air 3. So they're pretty good counter-appeasing thugs, and they're also good Stormcasters. These are actually pretty interesting as well. Chorus Slaves. So I need to do that. I probably should consider that 3. Oh, there's only 3 of them, but they're pretty tanky. So you put personal regen, and that's kind of a turbo communion. 3 is an inconvenient number for a communion slave. Heavenly Wrath and Angelic Host I haven't actually looked into yet. I don't even know what they are. They're probably pretty good, and you know, this one it says that you can do it in a distant province. So maybe I'll actually save this for turn 75, and on turn 75 I'll cast like 6 instances of this spell if I have that many. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, but anyway, I need to stop rambling because this game is basically over. And so I should only, I think, I'll make a video for this turn, obviously I'm currently doing it, and I'll make a video for the turn where I storm Pirenne. But I think everything's been said that needs to be said. I think this game is basically over. I'll still enjoy playing it and developing things, but I feel like they can't possibly stop me now. So I better hurry through and stop wasting time. You know, that means that there's no point covering every little optimization, because every little optimization doesn't matter anymore. I'll just show you when cool stuff happens. But it looks like I'll be getting into the second round of the tournament, and I won't really deserve it, because actually the tournament said that you needed to be capable of basic expansion, and 3 of these guys failed their expansion, so yeah, they probably actually shouldn't have been allowed in. I'm not complaining though. So that's turn 43. Hello chaps, it's turn 44, and like I said, the game is pretty much decided at this point, I think. But let's watch this battle. I'm storming Pirenne finally. Oh, and I completely forgot to cast Legions of Steel. That was pretty stupid. Oh well. Now all that remains is to see how his Pretender God dies, really. So we've got 136 HP, so this isn't a lot of my Dominion. He's only got 33, max 25. Now something I'm curious about is if any of his commanders have died, because I did try to put my... Okay, so he lost this guy to an imp, lifelong protection imp, coming in and killing one of his mages. That's quite nice. Looks like he wasn't doing anything too important on the spellcasting. Looks like he used about 20 blood slaves as usual. And we've lost a fair number of our crossbowmen at this point. In fact, quite a large number. It's just as well that they have high morale, and that we have lifelong protections. And yeah, it looks like there aren't really any mages dying at this point on either side. None of my Royal Alchemists or Royal Navigators are dead. Let's see what she's doing. Don't tell me she's routing. Okay. Why is she moving back then? Oh, it's a storm. I was just thinking, how do I have so many imps on the field that aren't dead? And then I realised it's because there's a storm. Maybe he cast storm to prevent my imps from coming in and to clog up the fort bridge. You know, somehow that had actually never occurred to me. So that's very good on his part. I'm lucky then that I have some evocation mages. How are my mages doing actually? Okay, they're just chilling. They're totally unconscious. And it's turn 16, so we're still getting some imps out. And probably the Soul Slayer is pretty important here. And it looks like almost none of these wall defenders have died, like I was hoping for. I was hoping that the lightning bolts would clear some of them out. Shit, this Sulphur Haze is a really good spell, you know. So I'm actually getting rogered pretty hard by his evos. This is a pretty good battle on Piren's part. Where did she cast the Maws of the Earth? Okay, she actually cast it on these wall defenders and killed some of them. Thank God. What is she doing? That's weird. Wow, 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 wow. That was pretty nice. That was a pretty nice breath of the dragon. Kim Yo Jong casts Healing Touch. Thanks a lot. That's really important. That's really fucking useful that you're casting Heal when you're with your 15 reinvigoration and she's casting Heal. An Earth Meld. So useful, so useful. Don't bother casting Gifts from Heaven or something to actually kill the enemy. Anyway, here's my crossbowman routing. So that's pretty spooky, but it looks like his mages are routing as well. Including, yeah, he still has Storm, but he doesn't have, he's lost control of the gates. Looks like my crossbowmen are out of ammunition. I don't know how these guys are still back here, but it's not really bad. How's my Communion doing? Looks like I could have put in an extra Communion Master or two. And it looks like everyone's routing. So the next question is how many kills this... So all of the kills that this Blood Fountain has would be in this battle. 62 kills. That's not bad at all. But a Tang casts Gifts from Heaven. Oh, that's my guy, isn't it? It's one of these mages. Where is he? Where is he? Don't tell me I missed the... No, I need to keep an eye on this. Holy shit! Simios cast Soul Slay. Instantly dead. Wow, that's not what I was expecting. What was the magic resistance on that? It must have been fairly low, actually. Let's recheck the magic resistance value on that fountain. He took his time to do that. Wow, only 15 magic resistance. Well, that's the end of Piren, and we lost a Royal Alchemist, which is actually pretty bad. This guy had, I think he had some gear maybe, or he was Earth 2, so it's bad that I got him killed. But he got 17 kills, and the Titan got 30, and the Crossbowman got 81, and then ran away. I lost 178 troops as usual, so another brutal battle for me. But it's not like we can't afford it, and Jomon is scripting his scouts to retreat. That's impressive. And we finally killed off the brigands in that province with our PD dump. And we had an event, and we had a commoner attack, and looks like... Oh, and Femini is still destroying Pan. And this guy finally retreated to the surface where I wanted him. And we got this province hopefully without spending... Yeah, and I did waste a bunch of water gems, probably. So, heal site search there. And I don't want to have to come back here, so I'm just going to put 20 PD down right at the outset. Looks like Jomon is still not really... He is massing troops. And, well, you know, that's the end of Pirenne. I almost don't really care about this game anymore, because it feels so over. Yeah, I don't even know what to do now. I've spent so many turns thinking about Pirenne's capital. I feel sort of empty inside. Oh wow, Pan is totally BTFO'd. What else happened? Did we find any sites? Yeah, we found a Hall of Merriment, which is just +1 glamour, and our Bloodslave income looks like it's up this turn, quite to a new record. Oh wow, yeah, talk about a new record. Talk about eyeballing it. So this guy is empowered, and he's now blood 5, so he can make this thing, and we better forge several before he gets killed by horrors. Although that's a bit pessimistic, since it's probably only one horror mark or something. And I don't think we have anything too interesting to report. Yeah, in fact, I'm not even going to cover the rest of this turn, because it's just going to be me playing the turn out. So I'll see you next turn.